Starting in the midday mission, I wanna smoke this one and that one, and oh yeah, this one. Smells got my nose hairs gigging today. Smoke fire out of front to leaf, and the whole thing is gone. Bye.
You know that I know that you know that I like to smoke. You know that I know that you know that I like to smoke. You know that I know that you know that I like to smoke. Yes, you know that I know that you know that I like to smoke. I like to smoke. I like to smoke. When we pull up in your town, get to burning it down. High grade sound, mendo dope. Yeah, I like to smoke. I love it. I like to smoke. When we pull up in your town, get to burning it down. High grade sound, mendo dope. When I wake up in the morning, I roll one. When I hit the studio, I roll one. When I walk into my garden, I roll one. Pull out the world's biggest backwood for the home run. Tonight we getting lit. Cannagar from Bud Smith. Temple ball of hash, Frenchy cannoli twist. Miss me with that other, yo strain is looking hopeless. Green shock, we got that royal dopeness. Cannabis mixing up my doja. Terpenes, flavor and aroma. It's Croptober and I'm swimming in weed. I want the stickiest green and hella lemonine. Orange turpentine, I certainly will keep it in my personal stash. A 3rd degree burn. Pulling out the fire, I'ma break it down, roll it up, spark it with the lighter, I burn. Fresh jars I refill. Every day is like a smoke box, what be real? Mendo, dope band, burning it down. So put your hands to the sky for the high grade sound and say, I like to smoke. I like to smoke. When we pull up in your town, get to burning it down. High grade sound, mendo, dope. Yeah, I like to smoke. I like to smoke. When we pull up in your town, get to burning it down. High grade sound, mendo, dope.
On the pot, but I ain't talking shit. I smoke the finest weed you can't get. Thankful for Jah that I got some friends. I smoke a joint and then smoke one again. I like to smoke with my girl late at night. I like this beat and these vibes are so tight. I'll smoke one with you if you smoke one with me. I heard that you grow some fire ass tree.
You know that I know that you know that I like to smoke. You know.
There we go.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
It's Top Shelf Tuesday.
It's the
Sorry, I was answering a message.
this is the first Top Shelf Tuesday of the new year too.
It is.
Wow.
And I'm not dabbing in. I'm just going to smoke a joint. So, what are y'all smoking on today?
I'll be right back. I want to make a quick adjustment.
I think I got.
What's up? Oh, I don't have my mic on.
Pretty sure I got OG Kush.
OG Kush? I'm smoking Mac. Oh, he's a
We all of the Mac.
All up in the Mac. So what's up, everybody? I'm almost orange as a chair. This lighting in here sucks.
You still got the Miracle Alien cookie seeds, beans.
Seeds? I never had Miracle Alien cookie seeds.
I thought you did.
No. I had the cross that was made off of it. Oh my God, what was it? I can't even remember right now.
No, not Alien OG.
No, it was anyway. It don't matter. No,
That was good.
No, the Miracle Alien cookies I have came from that's clone. That's a Caplinger cut. So, but hey, what's everybody smoking out there today? Oh, and also
Han Solo Burger. That's a good one.
Nice.
Now,
Solo Burger.
That's a heavy hitter.
There's a mix: LA Pure and bee cookies. I bet that is a good combination.
I bet it is. I bet it really is. So hey, everybody, do us a favor and tag somebody in the comments. Tag somebody that's not here, or somebody you think would enjoy this show that's not here right now. So if you don't mind, just tag a few people and get them here. Get them up here. Yeah. So again, Facebook's being dickheads, and we've been hit with shadow bans. So we, our posts aren't getting out there like they should be, So we need your help a little bit. So hit those tags and tag shit, tag people. So Top Cherry Live Ross, Live Diamonds. Okay.
Chop cherry.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. I'm gonna turn this down so I'm not bothered anymore.
Right, that is a good idea. It's like going
I
into a
thought Sugar
theater
High
here.
was
Oh,
naming
right.
off
It
Long
is, really.
Strain.
Do what?
I said I thought Sugar High was naming off Long Strain and he was tagging a bunch of people. Sounded cool at first. It's like, what strain is
That's
that?
funny. So yeah. Anyway, lot going on, man.
There
Lot going on. What do you got?
Non-stop
what I-
go.
That I go
Gelinade.
Gelinade.
With
Yeah.
no name?
No, it's Gelinade. It's right there where your fingers
Yeah,
at.
Gelinade.
Oh, it's on the. Yeah, we haven't labeled the pre-rolls yet.
No.
See, all these packages are labeled.
Those got that nice orangey waxy taste.
Yeah, I'm enjoying.
Gelinade?
That's what I'm smoking on. That's pretty decent.
Right on, man. So I haven't really been smoking a lot of flower. Well, I'm lying. Comparatively, yeah, I'm smoking a lot of flower. But
What kind of a statement is that?
I've been
Oh,
dabbing quite
oh.
a bit, so I'm kind of taking a break on the dab, but I've been dabbing quite a bit because, just not smoking. So, been enjoying the dab. So, right on, man. So I hope everybody's having a great new year. This is, like Zach said, this is our first show of the new year.
Got
How's
snowed
y'all's
out
New
the
Year's going so far? Good, I hope.
We got snowed out the last New Year with that 12, 13 inches of snow we got. Our first show, last week, weather was just a little rough. So
Yeah, we just took a break the first week,
yeah,
so we took a chill pill and didn't do anything. So I haven't been on for a couple weeks. So, but anyway, here we are, and we're going to talk about some grow talk. We're going to talk about some events going on. We got some cool events coming up. Right off the bat, I think the biggest event coming up, and if you guys know some events you think need shouted out to the community, hit us up. We'll shout them out. We'll get them in there. I know we've got the Irish Fest coming up.
yes, we do.
I think that's March 15th or 16th.
Sounds about right.
It's
Somewhere
like
right
the
around
day
there.
before of the parade or the
Yeah.
day before Irish Fest or whatever.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Saturday, I think. So I think it's the 15th because St. Patrick's Day is on March 17th.
Yep.
So
So
green-blooded Irishmen would not know the date of St. Patrick's Day.
you're correct. The event is on the 15th.
Okay, cool. So the event's on the 15th, so it's actually before the St. Patrick's Day parade this year.
You're the
And,
dank. Yes.
I'm not sure of the venue yet, but that'll be announced soon. I know they're working on that. They got their whole team working hard on that.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
nice. They're working
And-
nonstop, kind of like we are. We've
and it's
been
gonna be
nonstop.
different than in years past too, from my understanding.
Well, I think they're going to do indoor.
Yep. So you won't have to be worried about being cold in March and everything.
Right. And then, so then right on the heels of the Canna Fest or the Irish Fest, we're going to have the KC Canna Fest, of course. And now I don't have a lot of details on the Irish Fest right now. They've really just started. I just want to stay with that for a second. They've just started really planning, so I'm not sure who the entertainment's going to be or exactly but as soon as we have
Updated information.
as soon as we have updated information, then we will definitely get. No, that's not an AOD hat on Jeremy's head. Sorry, I was distracted by that. We'll get you the information you need. See, because I freaking read and talk at the same time here. So
Your hat, however, is.
Grassroots has an event in Somo. So send us that information, Christina. That's one of our YouTube listeners. Shoot us that information, and we'll be sure to get the skivvy on that
Right.
and put it out on the show. So, but Irish Fest is going to be a good time.
It is.
They're going to have a lot of cool shit there. So you're going to want to put that on your calendar. And then right behind that, of course, we're going to be having the KC Canna Fest.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a step out on a limb and say this is probably going to be the premier event of the year in Missouri. It's going to be a big event. We've got a lot of vendors coming in. So if you want to be a vendor, get in there and get your spot reserved, okay? We've got a lot of vendors coming in. We've got sponsors coming in. If you're interested in sponsoring something, we do have some sponsorships still available.
They're going
So-
fast though. They're filling up.
Yes, they are. So you want tickets? Tickets are available. We throw a ticket link up there. But yeah, get some tickets. Tickets are going. We've sold quite a few tickets already. And yeah, right now on Facebook page, it says there's 6.4 thousand interested.
Yeah.
And we're still 3 months out. So that's going to grow. We're expecting to have 8 to 10,000 people there in a realistic, expectation. It's going to be really great. We got 4 bands that are going to be there on Saturday evening, and then now Friday's going to be really cool because we're going to have a hang drum ensemble or a old world instruments ensemble there. Hang drum, didgeridoo, djembes, steel drums, all kinds of cool shit there on Friday night. It's going to be kind of a hippie smoke session. We're all going to, gather around up in the front.
A didgeridoo what?
Didgeridoo.
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 What's a didgeridoo?
You don't know what a didgeridoo is?
No, I know it, but
You do, but they might not. Okay,
Right.
I got you. I was going to say, I thought you knew what a didgeridoo was.
you told me a couple.
The didgeridoo is an Australian wind instrument. It is the oldest wind instrument recorded, in my understanding. And, you hear it in a lot of Aboriginal music and a lot of
Irish Fest right there.
so the it's a long tube. It's usually made out of the eucalyptus trees. Is it? No, not eucalyptus. Cypress. It's usually made out of cypress trees, and they're hollowed out and.
I was gonna say, is that why they're so relaxing if they're made out of eucalyptus?
Yeah, right. But normally what they do is they take the cypress tree that's been like in water for years. The ideal, and they pull them out and they dig the center out of it, and then they polish it all up and everything, and they use that for the wind instrument. And so it's really cool. And it's just one of the things I'm kind of into, the old world instruments and stuff, and it's a real cool vibe. So we're going to be doing that Friday night. Mm-hmm. That's going to start around anywhere between 6 and 7 o'clock. That's going to be really cool. There's going to be a little entertainment during the day. Also, when there's not an act on the main stage or something going on the main stage, Slap Nasty is going to be working in the consumption lounge. Which the consumption tent there is going to be, it's a 30 by 60 tent. Mm-hmm. It's going to have free dab bar, flower bar. It's going to have, Slap Nasty is coming, so it's going to have Nasty Glass. It's going to have Slappy in there, so that's going to be really cool.
It will be.
They always do a great job of bringing the heat. They bring a lot. They're going to have live rosin there. For their dabs, and I have all the faith. We had lunch with Danny and Slappy yesterday. Mm-hmm. It was a great lunch meeting. A couple of solid cats, and
they're excited for.
They're excited, dude. They're excited about the whole year, and
this whole year, man, y'all. It's a hippie year. I don't even mean that, but the hippie in me's coming out, man. I'm excited.
Hippie gangster. That's why we call ourselves danksters. We're not gangsters, we're danksters. But yeah, it's going to be a really cool vibe. And then, of course, we have, Get Cashed. Ashley changed up her name. She had to walk away from Budsy's, but she's changed up her business name, and she's Get Cashed now. She's going to be, setting the theme of the... From my understanding, she's going to be setting the theme of the consumption lounge. It's going to be really cool. The consumption lounge is going to be right up front, in all the doings. We're going to have also, who else are we going to have there as far as we got Clayton, Third Eye Organics, and he's going to be teaching some grow classes.
That's what.
Yep.
Yeah.
T-I-T-E-O.
on that.
So Clayton, you all know Clayton Niding, most of you, and he's going to be teaching some grow classes for CannaFest. Mm-hmm. What else is going on? Who else we have?
We have Nothing Like Homegrown. That's going to
be helping.
Yep. He'll be helping there.
He'll be helping with the grow classes. He always helps Clayton with his grow classes, so they'll be tackling that together.
Yep. Well,
and
we'll have, I know we've already talked about it. We'll have Captain Redbeard there.
Captain
Captain
Redbeard.
Redbeard, Eric Stranger, Captain Redbeard's going to come in.
Who doesn't want to meet that
I mean,
dude?
he's coming here to do a meet and greet.
Yeah.
He's not coming here to settle. Now he's going to have
Oh,
a booth
right.
where you're going to be able to get his genetics. But he's coming here because he wants to meet you guys.
Yeah.
So he's going to make himself available, and there's going to be plenty of time for y'all to come in, get your picture taken with Captain Redbeard,
That's,
shake his hand, talk to him.
That's one of the main dudes that got me out years ago to these events. Was I heard Captain Redbeard was going to be here in Kansas City, so I came out and he wasn't here, but he had a whole setup and it was groovy and was representing him, and he had a really cool vibe, and I dug talking to that dude a minute. So it's exciting to have a Captain Redbeard's come here to Kansas City,
and I'm sure Kavai's going to be running this booth, so that's going to be awesome. Y'all are going to get a chance to meet Captain Redbeard. Of course, Patrick King's coming back. That's going to be cool.
Soil King.
Yep, the Soil King, and
then we have our shirt sponsors.
We have our shirt sponsors. Yeah, so Backroad Bully Creations. These guys are our t-shirt sponsors.
That's cool.
So if you want a Canifest t-shirt, you're going to go by their booth, and they're going to print you a Canifest t-shirt on site. So that's super cool. Can't wait for those guys to get going out here. They're a really great couple who's doing a lot of hard work, and they love pit bulls. So they got a place with me.
Right.
So those guys. What else? Who else we got?
We also have Herbal Refreshments.
Herbal Refreshments is
Herbal.
They're a gold sponsor.
Yep.
So they're going to have a big 30 by 30 tent. They're going to have, I'm sure they're going to set up maybe a lounge in there and have some seating. It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Just like they did last. Not they didn't. They weren't here at the last one, but several people were. These 30 by 30 tents were fucking banging.
They were.
Last one, man.
Kansas City Cannabis has had an awesome tent.
Kansas
They had a
City,
lounge. They had a selfie booth.
Yep. And they're our main sponsors of the event. So huge shout out to those guys. Fresh Press, yes, Rachel, you know that we are definitely going to have Dave on site pressing your bud when he's not doing his other obligation. He'll be on there pressing bud. That if you want to bring it, and the only thing we're going to do is we're going to ask for a donation for the bud pressing to pay for the bags, because we went through like $300 worth of bags last year or the last event. So that's going to be super cool, and there's some other stuff going to be going on.
Yep.
We just got off the phone yesterday with Topher, Christopher Belvins of Canabrew. So Josh and Topher are going to come back to the Canifest this year and bring their Canabrew vibes. And if you guys don't know what that is, look, these guys are the shit when it comes to glass blowing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they are the shit when it comes to glass blowing. They have world-class glass blowers that come in. They do a glass blowing competition every year. They just did it at Knuckleheads. And so
they've got a lot of cool stuff planned for KC
like that.
Cannabis.
they've got a few little competitions, some glass
Dave
blowing
is awesome,
competitions
sir.
that are going to be more interactive. So you guys are going to be able to be a part of the glass blowing. You're not going to blow the glass, of course, but you're going to be able to get in there and you're going to be able to, they'll be doing the competitions right in front of you, and they're just short competitions, just quick. But you'll hear more about them in the days to come, But Cannabrew's coming on board, and we're excited about that. They're a gold sponsor as well. They've got their own 30 by 30 tent, and they're going to be bringing a lot to the table. So those guys are awesome. So Cannabrew, those guys.
I'm excited for what some of the stuff they're talking about doing this year and how interactive it is this year. I'm really excited to see how that ends up working out to be.
It's absolutely going to be awesome, man. I'm excited about it for sure. The big one on our end, we have confirmed and decided that we are absolutely going to have our own Nug Smash competition, the AOD Show Me Nug Smash Challenge. Where you bring your flower and we smash it. And
who's gonna smash it?
Dave.
Dave's gonna smash
maybe
it.
me, whoever's up there.
Smash Master Dave.
I'm gonna be up there, and I'm gonna be between me and Patrick King. One of us is gonna be up there, and emceeing the whole thing, talking about what, while Dave's off smashing over here and doing his part, we're going to be narrating. Basically, it's going to be as interactive as we can make it. So we're going to do that. So if you want to have your nugs smashed by Dave and the AOD team, bring your nugs. We will smash them. Or maybe we should squish them. Whichever one it is. We'll squish them or smash them. So
Whatever you prefer.
get that gooey goodness.
Grip them just firm enough.
Yep. If you get them in there and get them, and then it's a process. So we definitely want to put on a good show for you guys. And to do that, we're going to one of the things that we're doing with that competition is Devil's Lettuce is our official tester of that competition. He will be on site testing the samples for cannabinoid content, for potency, and possibly terpenes. And then we're going to have a panel of 10 judges that are going to go through, and they're going to critique everything as far as smell and flavor and everything goes. So, but we'll have several ways of testing, so we can go, okay, we add these points up with these points up and these points, and then we bring them together and we have a winner. Not just a bunch of guys in a line going, oh yeah, that's good. And 20 dabs later, they're like,
right. I'm sure there's going to be some of
we're
that.
going to be stoned off their ass. But that's part of the fun of the competition. So, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm also looking forward to a Saturday morning. You know, with what Jeremy's kind of putting together over
I don't know
there.
what Jeremy's putting together. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I'm doing a big motorcycle run for charity.
Really?
Yeah,
in the KC
Saturday.
Canada
In the KC Canada.
Yep.
Okay, so recently this thing's just gotten huge. This has gotten kind of way out of hand and chaotic really fast, which is awesome. Because right off the bat, our goal that we want to donate to a charity is going to be around the 20,000 mark. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. And what charity are we what AOD and the Knuckles and Buckles ride?
Yeah.
What are we benefiting with this whole?
We are
fighting.
We're fighting human trafficking.
Yep.
Is what we're doing, and this is actually Human Trafficking Awareness Month. This month.
This month is right now.
Right now. We've got a landing location. Or a starting location. We're all gonna meet up at Harley Davidson in St. Joe. Drop on 169. I'm planning a pit stop at Smithville on 169. Continuing on 169. I think it's right there where 169 splits off into 35. There's an exit there, and you get off on 5th Street. It rolls right up to the event.
Right up to CanFest.
I'm projecting 200 to 500 bikers.
That'd be awesome.
Sign-ups will go out soon.
Sign-ups will go out soon. You'll find them on the bottom of the CanFest 2025 CanFest page. Cars, it's hard to work cars in with bikes. It really is. So
if you got a cool hot rod,
if you got something that is going to want to ride, hit us up. We're not against.
The cars always come up on the rear.
Yes,
always.
yes.
Cars are always in the rear.
But if you're bringing a car, it's got to show out. This thing's got to be.
Yeah.
We're just not putting you on with the 2 wheels for nothing.
It's got to be at least like my Challenger. It's got to have a nice flashy paint job, some nice rims, some custom work done to it. It's got to be a hot rod.
Right.
You know, not or it's got to be like an old classic truck.
Show car.
Or something. Well, I don't even know show car is nice.
But like,
would you say just something that looks like if
Something
you're driving
you
down the
actually
road,
put
something you'd be
effort in.
going, holy fuck.
Yeah. Head turners.
Yeah.
there you go.
Trendsetters.
Okay.
Yeah, so
There you go.
it's got to be like that.
So if you can dig deep, we're taking sponsors, but not for donations. We're taking sponsors so that we can cover gear. Everybody that rides and participates going to have a shirt. Sponsors that have their names on them. The donations themselves, 100% of the donations are going to go to this charity. So these sponsors, I want, and I'm not taking a hit at anybody's community, but this is not just a cannabis thing, and it can't be just a cannabis thing. Even though it's going into KC CanFest,
No, we're doing something to benefit the cause.
Yes.
The cause is the cause, and that expands a whole big area of interest.
So I've got room for five cannabis vendors or groups or whoever. I got room for 5. All the rest of the sponsorship spots is going to go to local companies. So if you got a local company that's once promoted and in on this, that'll be cool. We might have the Harley dealership themselves as a sponsor. I might be speaking a little bit too soon, but I feel good about it. I got a meeting coming up.
Hey, Chad, call your old lowrider crew, bro. Call Ephraim Gonzalez if you know him. Get him out there. That'd be cool, dude. Have some hydraulics going off. We actually had a local lowrider club at our first event down in the West Bottoms, and they brought like 15 cars out. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, bring them out, Chad. And I'm gonna throw this out there. You're gonna have a list of do's and don'ts for the ride.
Yep.
You know, so no cuts as far as no club gear, anything like that. So
I will throw this out there.
I thought you were
As far as cannabis and riding, try to keep it as a close consumption and to yourself on the ride itself. I am working with State Highway Patrol
yes,
on this ride.
they have to shut the fucking highway
Right,
down.
yeah, they're going to shut highways down for us to
Yeah, it's a
roll
big
through
deal.
500 easy.
Yeah, it's going to be a big deal. So you're going to want to be a part of it if you've got a bike. I know a lot of people that already want to be a part of it. What's it going to cost you to ride in this?
Really, I kind of want to do, if you're wanting to go to CannaFest to continue, because we're doing halfways. You can either go to St. Joe to Smithville with us and drop off, Smithville to CannaFest with us, or do the whole ride. If you're going from start to finish, I believe I'm going to put the price at $100. That'll include a ticket, a t-shirt to CannaFest. Not a CannaFest t-shirt, definitely a ride t-shirt. Everybody donates going to get a ride t-shirt. Price may be vary on that, but I'm thinking around the $100 range.
Okay.
I think that's what each rider should be donating anyways. If you could donate 100, then do it. Just know if you're donating 100 because you can, somebody else that wants to help in that way and doesn't necessarily have the funds to help, that helps kind of make up the difference. So don't stinge. I'm not going to stinge on this. I'm asking you not to stinge on it either.
Yep, it's
a
going
fucking
to
problem.
fight
Let's make a
human
dent.
trafficking. So
I want Missouri to have a big glowing orb about them that says fuck trafficking, and
Yeah.
for us to hit a signal in that
Absolutely.
way that we're not okay with it.
absolutely. So yeah. So in a nutshell, that's what the ride's for.
You always got to drop that bomb, huh?
What?
In a nutshell.
Do I?
Nutshell.
Is that something I say a lot?
It was
Nutshell?
one of our first giveaway ideas,
Good
and it was
song.
when someone said nutshell, someone had to comment, and we got a couple people that still catch it every time it's said.
That's awesome.
Does nutshell trigger you?
No, it brings back memories.
Memory? Can we hug?
That might be after the show.
Maybe after the show. I wanted to hug. You saw it. I asked for a hug, and he rejected. Always with the rejection. So yeah, but no, we all are very passionate about human trafficking, and especially child trafficking, and we definitely
Yes.
want to do as much as we can to help. We can't go out and fight it in ourselves, but we can. There are other groups out there that are actively fighting it, and we can help them.
They just had that big ass sting out in South Africa, dude. And there was tons of people just shoved up in this fucking like warehouse.
It's horrible.
They were keeping them naked so that the humility of walking out in the streets would keep them there.
Right, and you know what?
That's fucked up.
That's horrible.
And that's South Africa.
Yeah.
You know what? Three blocks down from I'm not even okay. Yeah, I already gave it out there. 3 blocks. That's how close I am to that. Tim fucking Hazlitt in Excelsior Springs had that woman kidnapped.
Yeah,
He was sitting there kidnapping women. I'm not even gonna say allegedly. Fuck that dude. So
Oh, he got caught, dude.
he was kidnapping women out there on Prospect, and that preacher. Hey, if anybody knows that preacher man out there, hey, tell him to hit us up for real. So, cause he was from the.
Let's not
He's been screaming for years.
mention too many names on here because we are liable for that shit. So, but anyway, we're fighting human trafficking.
Yeah.
and that's what it's going for. So let's move on to something a little brighter.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're doing the Nug Smash.
Yep.
I want to get back to talking about that just a little bit. The Nug Smash, well, I guess we already talked about all of it, but you're gonna, well, no, because you're gonna need 14 grams. Okay.
Oh yeah.
14 grams and a nug to display. That's what you're gonna need, and we're gonna want it turned in a week before the event, so that we have time to take it out of the package. You bring it in, put it in a humidity controlled container, and label that container with a number system, so that when it goes up to get smashed, we don't know whose or what it is. All we know is that this is the number. This is number 1. This is number 2. This is number 3. And we'll probably assign a big, long, crazy number to it.
There you go.
What?
Time frame.
Okay.
I was just saying what we were talking about with the grow
Oh,
cycle.
with the
and
grow?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have 90 days.
Yeah.
So you have plenty of time to get some clones rooted and in there, so that you can get the proper smash going on with your stuff. Yep, Christopher Bell. Hey brother, we were just gonna get to you. Dabbing Daddies is definitely gonna be out there. They're gonna have a dab bar, and if you're a medical patient, you're definitely gonna want to stop by them and talk to them, because they got the FICO. And they help a lot of people, and that's one of the reasons that we reached out to them, because we know what they do, and we want to honor and include all of the people who are out there in the community doing nothing more than working their asses off to help other people. You know what? And they do, and we catch a lot of heat, so I want to give some love back. And Dabbing Daddies, from the beginning,
Yeah.
has had a strong presence in the community, and they have every time met the demands and lived up to their word as far as helping people who needed FICO and other stuff for whatever, to treat their illnesses. And we appreciate them in the community for damn sure, and we want them to know we appreciate them as well here at AOD. What else?
Yes.
What else?
The cost of the entry for the Nug Smash? Where can they?
The cost of the entry. Thank you. Well, we're getting ready to post the.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to post the page up for the Nug Smash.
Application.
But
and all
the
that.
application. Well, entry fee.
Yeah.
Not really application. First 20 people who enter
Right.
get to be in. We're capping it at 20 though. But $75, $100 if you want a T-shirt. So I think that's good. That covers the bags. It covers, gives
fully extracted cannabis oil. Eric.
FICO. Oh yeah, FICO is medicine. That's what it is. Full extract cannabis oil. It's like RSO. It's the cream of the crop when it comes to medication. It's the full spectrum. And yeah, you don't really want to try to smoke it.
No.
You
don't want to take a whole bunch of it at one time if you've never taken it.
Like a half a piece size amount.
Yeah, and it does real good in edibles though. So it does really good in edibles. But yeah, so the Nug Smash, we also Canna Brew is going to be blowing the trophies.
Yes.
For the Nug Smash challenge.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
The first place trophy is going to be worth $1,500.
Yep.
The second place trophy is going to be worth $1,000, and the third place trophy should be worth $500. Okay, so $3,000 just in the trophies.
That's insane.
$3,000 prizes just in the trophies, and they're all going to be usable rigs. Okay, and there will be trophies, but they'll be usable rigs. Okay, you'll be able to use your trophy for years down the. And so
set it up on the shelf as the trophy, and then when you want to smoke, take it down to smoke, and then put it back on the shelf.
Up, clean it up, put it up. And so, shout out to Canna Brew for that, man. Those guys are coming through on that. They're sponsoring. They're the trophy sponsors for the smash off challenge.
FICO Pops.
The Nug Smash challenge. There, I have to say it right. The Nug Smash challenge. So. That's Canna Brew. Cool. There's going to be other stuff too. There's other prizes, so there'll be
We got some cool food trucks going to be there. Some good food.
Yep, good food.
Oh yeah.
Well, we have Taste of Bengal.
Yeah, Taste of Bengal.
Taste of Bengal's going to be there. That's an Indian cuisine.
Yep.
Kind of a Mediterranean type cuisine. Taste of Bengal. Who else?
The Munchie Truck, man. I don't even know the name of
I know we have Fill 'em Up. We got 3 other ones. I know. Okay, so I know one of them Smash Burgers,
Yeah.
Philly cheesesteaks, and stuff like that.
Right.
We have a dessert truck that's doing like funnel cakes,
Fried Oreos.
yeah, fried Oreos, all that good stuff.
So all the nasty crap that I won't eat,
And then we have.
but it's really good. I might eat it
Oh,
at
yeah.
Camp Fest, dude, but
Right.
it's just stuff I don't eat.
It's
during
festival
the
food.
Right. So
And then we have.
who? Marie, Nessa, who's the bot?
Oh yes, we do. I'll
Is
go
it
ahead.
that dick right there?
Yep, Ryan Scott.
Ryan Scumbag.
Hey, fuck you.
Whatever happened to Ryan Scott? He got booted off the show.
Huh? There he is.
Remember
But-
that song, Randolph Scott? Whatever happened
Oh, I gotta sign in under.
to Riding the Trails Alone?
I got this one for Ryan
So-
Scott. Ryan Scott.
Boing. Oh boy, we get
So-
distracted so easy.
The last food truck that we have signed up, not the last food truck that'll be there, but the last one that's signed up
Right
right
now.
now. We have an artisan pizza.
Artisan Pizza.
Yep.
Yep. I
So
think
we're
it's the same truck that sits outside Kansas City Cannabis Company during
Oh, that's
their little
pretty
events
good.
and stuff. And hey, you know what? We're going to be up there Saturday morning. Is it Saturday? Was that it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Saturday. We're going to be up there Saturday morning at KC Cannabis Company for their
Bye bye, Scott.
for their
Or
rear,
Ryan.
rear hey, good looking out, Nessa. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. For their they have a thing that where you go in the back and it's got like Vibe will be there.
Is it gonna be like kind of like a speakeasy being in the
You can't
back?
tell me a whole lot.
Kind of like a speakeasy.
Y'all just
in the
need to
back.
show up and check this out.
Yeah, come
like
see it.
there's no explaining.
We'll
it.
be up there in the morning
Like,
sometime.
It's different.
If,
Y'all wanted something different? It's different. Come check it out.
all right, and if you're there and you walk up to me and you go, "What's up, Big V?"
You'll get a
We have
firm handshake.
we have to have a something for them to say. So let's say, because if you walk up to me and say something, I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna give you a free entry days pass to CannaFest.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
No. Why don't we just stay with the theme word? It was already brought up today. Nutshell.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Nutshell.
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 I like that one. Nutshell.
Yeah, okay, so if you run up to me, if you see me at KC Cannabis, and you come up and you go, "Hey, Big V, Nutshell,"
You gotta be like, hey,
I'm gonna give
V,
you
you're
a
nutshell.
free weekend pass to CannaFest. The whole fucking weekend, man.
There you
So,
go.
That's
how's that
okay.
sound?
I thought he was gonna do.
Do you want to
pre-roll.
limit it to that, or do you
Damn.
want to see anybody that comes up and says that to you, or do you want to say like the first 5?
Anybody that comes up, and says
Anybody,
that to me,
okay.
How many people can there be, dude?
Well, I mean, we got 57 on
Okay,
here.
well, 57 of those son of a bitches come up to me and go, "Hey, Big V, Nutshell." I'll be like, "Not that you're son of a bitches."
Y'all can't beat that.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's
I'm a
insane.
son of a
Yeah.
bitch too, so I guess y'all are. There, said what it said.
Right?
Take it back.
That's said. Happy birthday, Danny. Happy
Yeah.
birthday,
Hey, you know
Danny.
what? Happy birthday, Danny Kennison.
It's a
Was
happy
it today or
birthday.
was it yesterday?
I think
Was
today.
it today? Should we sing happy birthday to Danny? Ready?
If I would have known that, I'd have had a whole little happy
Let's sing
birthday.
happy birthday. Ready? 1, 2, 3. No, you know what? Happy birthday, Danny.
Yeah.
I'm too proud to sing happy
We all
birthday.
literally waited to see who was gonna.
You know, I would love to-
Like it don't. No, we would have if we would knew. Yep. But we was all like, wait, who's gonna do it?
Why do you think we haven't never done that on the show? We've always had a song.
No, you dropped the ball, brother.
Happy
No.
freaking
But
birthday.
anyway, then after that, after KC Cannon Fest is all over, and you know we're going to be building the details as we go here later down. You know, we got a few months here. But if you're going to be a vendor, you want to get a good vendor spot and not one of the outside spots. get a hold of us so you can get that premium seating. And there's no upcharge for it. It's first come, first serve on that. And I'm going to say this. Try as you will, the booth prices are $500. Okay, that's $250 for 2 days. If you were at our last event, you know that everybody, all the vendors made a lot of money out there. Nobody complained. Even though we had inclement weather, not one vendor complained. Well, no, we did have one vendor that was there that sold some weird shit. And she complained. But I think she left. I don't know. There was maybe one. I'm not going to. Maybe
Wait,
one.
what's
Okay.
weird shit?
I don't know. I don't remember, dude. I didn't, because I was so tied up with all the people
yeah.
that weren't bitching that I wanted to listen to her. So I listened to her. I heard her. I dealt with her. And, you know, we hugged and said, you know, maybe next year, you know, maybe next year you'll come back and do better. Sorry, you know, whatever. We can't. But other than that, we didn't have one other complaint that anyone did not make. She might have been selling souls. But somebody did not make any money there. Everybody was extremely happy, and some people got their stuff blown over and smashed on the ground. They're still like, we still did really well, you know. So you're gonna want, if you're a vendor, you're gonna want to be at this event, okay? And if you can't pay for the event, you know, I'm just gonna say this: if you are grassroots and you are just a brand new startup and you haven't really got your wheels turning in the event scene and you want to be a part of CannaFest, but you don't think that you can afford the $500 for the 2-day event, just message me and we'll talk and we'll figure out a way for you to hopefully we'll figure out a way for you to be a part of our event, okay? Because we want everybody to be able to be a part of it. From the grassroots community, the mom and pop, the weekend warriors, all the way up to the people that hit events every weekend, and that's what they do for a living, you know?
That's one I want to shout out to. Well, shout out
What?
to enough. Veterans. Shout out to the veterans.
What are we talking about, dude?
I don't know. I just felt like shouting out to the. Someone said something about veterans earlier, and I meant to shout out to the veterans.
Yeah,
and I
well,
didn't.
shout out to the veterans. But, you know, if you want to be a part of the event, we want you to be a part of the event. We're not trying to go, oh, you can't afford it, fuck off. You know, but $500 for a 2-day event, it's going to have 8,000 to 10,000 people is not ridiculous, okay? That's actually pretty cheap, actually. So anyway, got a lot of sponsorship opportunities. If you want to get in as a vendor, get in there. Because the spots are going. I mean, we've got plenty of people hitting us and ready to be vending at our event. So it's going to be a great event, and we're going to put on a hell of a show. This year, I know if you went last year, you're gonna know. Okay, there was right at the end there was a microburst, and it blew our tinsel off foundation and all kinds of shit, and we had to shut down because the stage company said nope, we're taking our stage. The tent company said nope, we're taking our tents. So we kind of got fucked on that deal by Mother Nature, and I think she's a man hater. She's definitely a Karen,
Right.
You know, but hey, we love Mother Nature, so. You can't fool with her. So this year we've taken precautions against that, and we are covered. The whole event will be covered. We're not indoor,
Right.
but the whole event is covered under the 670 viaduct and buildings all the way around the north and the west side. So it's going to be real hard for wind to give us any trouble or rain or anything else. It's going to be a beautiful event. And besides, we're believing for 65 to 70 degrees and sunny on that day. Both days. So anyway, enough about that. Enough about us. Let's move on and let's talk about growing wheat.
Yeah.
All right. We're
People waiting to hear about growing weed.
curing, right? Hanging, curing. That what we're doing?
Well, yeah. I mean, the other day we were talking about soil and living soil and the benefits of growing in living soil.
Yes.
And I don't know, I guess the harvest we just did and have it hanging up and everything. And I was in there and I'm thinking,
Fuck, dude. I just want to say that fucking.
What?
You rock that motherfucker.
Oh, that crop.
Dude.
Fuck,
Damn.
dude. It's a nice crop. But the thing is, man, is I've been seeing a lot of people, especially, okay, I haven't gotten out to many events, okay? But I got out to the Christmas party and the New Year's Eve party, and a lot of people come up to me and they're like, hey, man, you know, this or that about my weed. Can you look at it and can you tell me what you think? And over again, I got, you know, it seemed like they grew a really good product and then lost it somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And not every single person, but a good majority. And so what it seemed to me like was a lot of them just lost it in the harvesting and hanging and curing of the bud, you know, and how that bud was taken care of and stored from that point on. And not everybody has the ability to afford to build out a custom drying room where they can control, where they can control the humidity, where they can control the temperature and the airflow and everything else in there, so that they can grow good, or they can dry and cure and everything, so that they can have that artisan quality cannabis. Of course, if you don't grow it good, it's never going to be that. And in my opinion, and until somebody proves me different, in my opinion, that's it. It's just my opinion. So that doesn't mean shit, other than that's what I think. And you're not going to get a better product any other way but living soil. Something about the way the microbes interact with the plant, and the mycelium interacts with the root system and the plant, and the taking up of the newts, and the processing of the nutrients and all that. There's something about that promotes the plant to produce terpenes, flavonoids, you know, and it's just seems to be a much more delectable product. Easier to smoke, it's more comfortable on the lungs, you know, things like that. So I'm a fan of the soil. I am #loyal to the soil. Okay, because I love it. I want to do some hydroponics just because it's fun. I did it in the past. It's fun, you know. But I like the soil. I like the product. I like working with it. I like the forgiveness of it. There's a lot I like about it, you know. And
definitely making me a believer in it.
Yeah,
because you know, I was preferring my straight cocoa with, you know, I had my little bit of vermiculites and stuff like that in there, but most of my products I was using would claim to be organic, but they'd still be like just a quick mix, or those little white granules that you mix. I'd call them salt based, which is what you're gonna run in your just basic cocoa. I mean, a lot of people. And I grew good weed and I liked it and everything. I was fine with it. And I'm like, well, I don't want to learn anything else, because I was kind of scared to leer off, man. I'm set in my ways, you know. And no, you've made me a believer 100% on living organic soils.
well, I think that I think it speaks
Hands
for
down,
itself.
it does. It does.
You know, and even if your soil's not right, you won't get the terpenes. If you don't have everything in there that you need for that plant to
And that's
thrive.
inside. Outside's different altogether.
Yeah, that's a whole different
We're not
ballgame.
talking about outside.
I don't even really know enough about outside to get too intricate on outside. I had to bring somebody else in that knows outside, but not me. I do know enough to be dangerous. But no, so you know, of course, the first thing in growing high quality cannabis is growing it right. Okay.
Right.
And basically, it's not rocket surgery, okay, to grow a plant right. You give the plant everything it needs. You provide it with the ideal environment and the ideal medium, and you keep the medium moist, and you keep the plant happy through the grow. And then where most people start to go wrong is the harvest. Okay, so what happens is you get anxious. I mean, and then you let's just say you're just starting to grow, okay, and we're 6 years ago just starting to grow. and you get in there and you cut it down because the package said you could cut it down in 58 days.
There's no such thing
okay.
as professional.
So 8 weeks, and you cut it down and you harvest it and you get a substandard product. And you're going, what happened? Well, you don't look at you're believing what's written on the package, but you don't realize there are certain things that variables in there. I'm so ripped. I shouldn't have smoked weed before. There are certain variables that you're looking at. And because it's that Mac.
Hey man, you see that? What is that? What is it? That says. I think that says, man. What? No, it says it's all right to smoke
It's all right.
a bunch of weed.
It's all right to smoke copious amounts of weed. So that don't include all the weed I smoked up before we went live. It's all okay. So, and I think it's really this Maca Mocha that did it to me. It wasn't the weed. It was this Maca Mocha from Rebel. Yeah, it always makes me funky. Not really, but I'm not going to blame it on the weed because we're on a weed show and that would be counterproductive. So anyway, so the biggest trouble that most people are having comes at harvest time. And it's because you just want to get it chopped. You put all this time into it, and now it's been in flowers 8 weeks. It's looking done. The hairs are turning red. You don't really have a good idea of when to harvest it, but the time on the package said 8 weeks. They said look at the trichomes, and if there are any amber, start chopping it. So you look at the trichomes, you see a couple amber ones on there, and you're like, oh, it's ready. You chop it, and you've been in there 8.5 weeks. You smoke it, it's okay, it's good, it gets you high, and that's what you get used to.
Right.
And so you keep growing that way, and you do everything else trying to make everything right, but you're making one mistake, and that's you're harvesting too early. So first thing you have to do to dry and cure the product right is you have to harvest it at the right time. I'm here to say that amber trichomes are not enough to determine harvest time. Amber trichomes will fool you. There are a lot of things that can cause your trichomes to amber.
Many variables.
Okay. Did you have to hit it with some sort of
Any type of oil-based anything.
well, or you know what? I've had problems with Lost Coast therapy.
Right.
Lost Coast therapy is horrible about turning your trichomes amber prematurely, and the alternative to that was green cleaner, and that's not a lot better because you're hitting them with.
I would say anything that has a residual would turn your trikes.
Well, it could, yeah, absolutely, and that's like anything that you spray on your plant that creates a stress situation, like the alcohol-based stuff, green cleaner and Lost Coast therapy. Okay, that stuff leaves a residual because it has oil in it.
Yeah, you could touch these things, and it can curl them up and change the colors of them.
Brushing across them with your shirt or your arm when you're reaching around the plants, taking leaves off.
They're very delicate.
Well, and even the other leaves, couldn't they folding up and getting brushed against with wind?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't got 100 times Zoom and looked at a nug yet, I'd suggest you do it. You can get one for about $30, and that's like that's with the screen and Bluetooth
the big screen
and everything.
Yeah. But yeah, so there are a lot of things that can turn your trichomes amber. And again, like with the alcohol-based cleaners, they will actually melt away and deteriorate the wax cuticle that's around your trichome and allow oxygen to get into the trichome and turn them amber. So you can have 2 or 3 amber trichomes on there and it'll fool you. Okay. So there are other ways to determine harvest time more than just the trichome, the ambering of the trichome. And I go into this in another in a couple of videos I've done, but I've talked about it. We'll talk about this in the future more. But the shape of the head of the trichome, the way the stalk touches the trichome, it should look like a mushroom that's about ready to fall off, with a head that's about ready to fall off. That's what your trichome should look like.
I call
it should be cloudy.
I call it oblong.
Yeah, It should be cloudy. So yeah, it mushrooms. Instead of being nice and round like a ball, it flattens out like a mushroom, and the stalk where it comes to it will start to wither around the top of the stalk, just like it's about to pop off.
Right. That's what it's going to do too.
Yeah.
Like it's going to pop off.
going to.
You want to catch it
Just before
right before that bitch pops off.
Yeah, and so that's what you're doing. You're starting. That's why I say when you look for about 10% of your trichomes to look like that throughout, and then harvest within 24 hours. That's my opinion. So
Plants love
I
these.
have never had a variety go less than 9.5 weeks and be ready to harvest. Okay,
Which
never.
how many days?
9.5 weeks would be 65, 67 days. So, and so, I mean, to me, a good
And
mark.
that's early.
Most
I
plants,
feel.
honestly, if you put them in flower and you don't have the way to really dial in the end harvest, say you got 3 or 4 varieties and you need to harvest them all, get 3 or 4 of them that come down within the same window. And if you take them at 70 days, you're going to probably be good. You take them at 10 weeks, most indica, most hybrids for sure, okay, come down at 10 weeks very good. Now, they may even be able to go another couple weeks or not, come down a few days earlier than that. But if you don't have time to really, dial it into that extent, you can find a good place in that window where all the plants will come down equally as well. So just make sure you're watching the trichomes for the proper things, not amber. I don't trust amber anymore. I used to, but going through all this, when I started researching and getting into the rosin into things, I learned a whole lot of things that I thought I already knew, but I should have already known, but I didn't. And most of them have to do, because when you're doing the hash and the rosin, all you're looking at is the trichomes. That's all you want. You're not taking anything else. So it's very important that you know what you're looking at. And, when I went out to Denver and went through the course and all that stuff, that's one thing that they were really adamant about, was talking about the shape of the trichome. So
I like that
we want to get our, what is it?
Says, how long do you keep your mothers? I have a good answer for
That's
that.
we're not on subject.
But I have a good answer.
Okay,
Great.
hold the answer, so I'm on subject. So we're talking about trichome heads, okay? And so you want to make sure you get the right trichome head, okay? The right shape, and you want to get the plant just as it's coming into that phase where the trichome heads are starting to mature. Because what's going to happen is when you harvest that and you hang those plants upside down, those trichomes are going to continue to degrade that way. Okay, for the next couple of weeks, they're going to continue to degrade that way, unless you're going to do hash and then you chop everything up and freeze it. Then they'll stop. That's the whole point behind freezing them, is to stop them from degrading at all. So you take the plant until it's perfect and then you chop it. But so that's what you want to do as far as harvest goes, and you want to get it just to that point and then harvest it, and you want to stick it in your hang it upside down. I leave everything on it. I leave all the leaves on it. I just, it gets defoliated throughout the grow, but whatever fan leaves are on there when I harvest, they stay on there until we trim, and they help preserve the trichomes. They help preserve everything, and keep all the oils and the fats, everything on the plant, keep them from evaporating. And it does extend the dry time, but I like that, okay?
And then whatever's collected on those leaves you get rid of.
Yep.
Protective layer.
And then, and then...
With proper airflow. Now, that's not direct airflow on your plants. That's direct airflow around your plants.
Yep. We got fans in the drying room, and they circulate.
Yeah.
They circulate. We just want, we don't want the fans blowing directly on the plant. We want them blowing and circulating the air in the room. And just having it, when you walk in there, there's just a nice breeze, no matter where you're at in the room. That's what you want. That takes a couple fans. I like to put them on the floor. I do have a carbon scrubber in there to help with the odor, but also
there's actually a video
Yeah, where we put
Few
we went
videos
through
back.
the drying room. So
A couple
but
months back.
you want to keep your humidity. More important than temperature. More important than temperature is you want to keep your humidity. Okay, because if the plant dries too fast, we'll talk about that for a minute. If the plant just dries way too fast, what you're going to have is you're going to have an evaporation. Well, first of all, chlorophyll gets locked in the plant. That's the biggest culprit. The chlorophyll gets locked in the plant, and that's why you have bud that smells like grass.
Yeah, if you can't figure out what that taste is, you just can't pinpoint you're growing good. You're like, fuck, what's that taste? What's that taste?
Yeah.
I'm just not satisfied. This would probably be
The chlorophyll.
this step right here.
Right. And too dry of a condition is going to pull those oils and those fats and all that off of the plant and evaporate them. And it'll also, it doesn't really damage the trichome to have low humidity so much as it does, it damages the rest of the plant, the oils and the fats and everything that evaporates off. But that's going to be more caused by temperature. What it's the biggest thing about the humidity is drying the plant to stretching out the drying time so it dries evenly out, and you don't it allows the chlorophyll to leave the plant so that you don't have a shitty taste in the plant. Okay, we don't want to taste the plant material other than its value in the smoke, okay, and its value for the oils and stuff that are on the plant material. So humidity is your friend, and you want to keep that humidity right about 60%. 58, anything below that is really pushing it. 62, not really the best situation either for other reasons. 60 degrees is my target because still doesn't allow a lot of mold. It doesn't allow mold and pathogens don't grow in 60 degrees. And we don't want to do that. We want to keep the humidity where it needs to be. And then the temperature, as far as humidity goes, if you're way too dry, you'll have to put a humidifier in it. Okay. And you can get those anywhere from $50 up to 5,000. I mean, ridiculous amounts. I think the one I have in my room was probably, it was gifted to me, but it was probably, I'm say around an $85 humidifier. The RO line plugs right into it, and I just set the dial and it feeds it. I never have to change the filter.
Humidifiers aren't crazy. It's the
That's right.
dehumidifiers.
Then you have the dehumidifier.
Yeah.
You'll have to get one of those. They're a few $100.
Yeah.
The dehumidifier is very important because if you have too much humidity, then you're talking mold.
Yeah, that's
and
like worst case
just
scenario.
ruin your
Don't do
plant.
that. If you can't keep your humidity down.
Yeah, I'd rather have low humidity than high humidity
yeah.
for sure.
High humidity, you're gonna have lung problems.
Yeah.
You're gonna be going to the doctor. Your doctor's gonna be like, "It's
I
fucking
agree.
weed you're smoking."
Well, it'll never dry. It'll just sit there, and then
Bad.
mold grows and everything else. And look, we as a grower, if you find one grower that says he never deals with mold, he's full of shit. Okay, he's lying.
That's fair.
Because we all deal with it. Anybody who grows has been growing for any time at all. So let's go to temperature. So your temperature, it's also very important. I like to keep my temperature right around 65 degrees, maybe 70 at the most, but I don't really like it up too close to the 70 mark. The 60% humidity, anywhere between, I like it right around 65 because it still gives it enough temperature to dry out in an expeditious manner, but yet it allows all the chlorophyll out, and it isn't enough temperature to really promote mold growing at all. So
He said 60, and I know for a long time that's kind of what they said is 60.
I mean, you know what? Everybody has their own.
That's what I'm going to
dialed
say.
in thing.
60 is good advice within your own tuning.
Right. Yeah.
Tune your own shit.
Yeah, just stay away from this. If you get above 68, you're flirting with disaster.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Absolutely.
But if you get, go as cold as you want. I mean, you know, if you want to do it at 58, it'll just prolong the drying time.
Right.
You know,
Take a little longer.
I like it about 65 degrees and 60% humidity. That's what I like. And with that, you're going to be drying approximately 14 days. You know,
Yeah.
but when you walk in and you bend a stem and you hear a little crack in that stem, then you're
It's
pretty much going to be dry. Okay, the best way to do it is to walk in there with a moisture tester and go, boom, okay, this one's at 13%, time to harvest.
Now I know a lot of
But
people, including
That's
myself,
ridiculous to have to do that.
push off on. We bullshit ourselves kind of about that one on that stem snap. How many times you been in there and when you first started growing and all that,
Oh, yeah.
you're in there and you're like, oh, that snapped. No,
Yeah, no,
it
it's
didn't.
got to be a nice
It didn't.
crisp.
Right.
It's got to be a
Snap.
nice crisp snap.
Yeah, and then you trim it. Okay, so with that, you know, a nice crisp snap, you're ready to start trimming the bud off of that plant. So, and you might even get to the bigger buds and think these might need to take a couple days longer to dry. But most of the time, to me, when I can bend the bud back and it snaps off the branch, I think it's pretty good time to start to clean it up and get it ready for the bags or the jars. So then you trim it.
What
Trim
about
it all
light?
up. Huh?
What about light in your grow room? Some people
like
say
in your
dark,
grow room?
or not your grow room. Your
Hopefully you
Your
get some
dry
light. Or,
light. All yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So no light. No light. I mean,
No
you know,
natural corner light. 'Cause
it don't matter.
I've heard
I mean,
pitch black. You
well,
can
pitch
grow.
black is good, but honestly, the main thing is that direct sunlight or
Stays
direct
off
light
it.
off
No
of
direct
a not a light, but like if direct sunlight or grow lights or anything like that
Something
will
that's going to pinpoint
cause
heat.
it will cause the
Okay.
trichomes to degrade.
Yes.
I don't think a little light coming through a window
See, I was going to
is
say,
really going to bother.
I
things
don't
that
mind a
much.
little bit of light coming through, just a little, not
like
much.
an ambient
Yeah.
light.
Like if I walked in the room and shut the door behind me, I could kind of see where I'm walking around in there.
Yeah, see, Ryan, 35, you're killing yourself, man. And I know, I'm not like criticizing you, bro, because trust me, I've been there, dude. And you know, but you're killing yourself, man, with 35% humidity. It's just pulling that moisture out of those buds before you can even get the chlorophyll out. And that's a hard one, man, because you're working hard to grow that.
That's a good
you-
one. How are you going to raise that?
Without a humidifier.
No, because you can get humidifiers cheap.
Yeah.
What if we had to put a humidifier in a room with a plant? What would we fill it with, and how would we
RO water.
differentiate? Okay, RO water. If you have to bring it up, run a humidifier, RO water, get a nice circular flow, no direct contact with that water directly to the plants.
Well, and if you want to do a pour boy humidifier,
If you have
I
to.
mean, literally, you can take a 5-gallon bucket and fill it with water and set a box fan on top of it
There
and
you
plug
go.
it in.
There you go.
And you can fill it with tap water. The only reason I say RO water is because the filters inside the dehumidifier will calcify quick if you don't use RO water. But
Joel,
you
green
can,
light is the shit. So I have a theory behind green light. You'll have to look into it. I'll just say look into green light. I know green light doesn't photosynthesize, but there's actually, I think there's like research out there where I read that green light actually is like growth beneficial to plants. It just doesn't photosynthesize.
yeah, there's a lot of studies
Cool.
on that out there. But again, you know,
Rabbit holes.
once you get the basic foundation of your curing or your drying room down, experiment with the temperatures and humidity to see where you like it at, okay? Because where I lock in at may not be where you prefer to lock in at, but I can give you an idea where you need to start and what I do. So play with it one day. Put a green light in there if you want to put a green light in there. It's not going to hurt anything because, like I said, even a little ambient light coming from a window, I don't think it's going to be a problem in the room. More so, one thing, I have a carbon scrubber in the room. That's to catch dust because I don't want a bunch of dust in my drying room because then that gets on the plant and on the bud. And then I'm trying to keep it clean. That's my particular want to. So, but as far as
No farting in the hanging room.
why?
Just fucking with
I
it.
mean, dude, that adds like terpenes.
That sulfur.
Yeah,
That's the secret skunk right there.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. Anyway, and then let's talk about heat. Did we already talk about heat?
Temperature wise?
Temperature, yeah.
Degrading.
Okay.
Yep.
And I have an air conditioner in my drying room, and that runs most of the time. If you're in a place where it gets real cold, you'll want to have a space heater to bring the temperature up, but get the drying room dialed in so that you're taking around 12 to 16 days to get to the point of it's time to chop. And then when you chop and clean it all up pretty and everything, put your love into trimming. And hold that trim, keep that trim, because you can use that trim for cooking, or maybe you want to get into start making rosin or something. So,
Or even just hash.
yeah, even just hash, bubble hash. But the trim wash is good. But yeah, so then you come to the drying or the curing process. 2 ways that I'm going to recommend. Either you're going to mason jar it, or whatever jars you like to use, airtight jars. They do make airtight humidity controlled jars also, but you're going to put them into a jar, or you're going to put them into a growth bag or a humidity controlled bag. Okay, and most of the bags are slightly breathable, but
Now the jars. Okay, so if you look up out there on jar curing, on most of the articles that you read on it, at least older articles, I know it preached like 7 day hang time, and then into jars, and then a whole bunch of burping and all that. In my experience, hanging for 7 days is not enough. So when you go into the jars and you're still burping, like what's it say you should do, like
3 times a day.
3 times a day starting off for like 3 weeks, and then
No, it isn't that much. So for like the first 3 or 4 days,
There's
you're
like a
doing
lot at first.
3 times a day.
Yeah.
And then after that, you knock it down to once a day, and that right there runs going to run like a week gamut. And then you get to once a day, and you'll do that for another, several days. The whole curing process right there is going to be a 30-day process.
Right.
Okay, and then once you get through the first 2 weeks, then you're going to go to every other day, and you're just popping the lid off, shaking it around, putting the lid back on.
So that whole process takes you.
No, but that is the best process for curing your weed properly, and here's why. Okay, because when you cut the weed off of the stem, it doesn't matter. When you cut the buds off, it doesn't matter. It's going to be uneven. There's going to be moisture locked down in the bud, in the stem. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to draw that moisture out evenly. Okay, you don't want to just draw the moisture, suck the moisture out of the bud. You want to draw it out evenly. So as it sets in that jar, that moisture comes out, and that's why you get the humidity in the jar. The moisture works its way out of the middle of the bud to the outer parts of the buds. And then you mix it up a little bit, pop that lid, and let all that excess moisture out. Then you put the lid back, and you set it down, and it goes through the process again. And every time it's forcing the moisture out of the middle of the bud into the drier parts of the bud.
Right.
And so then it's slowly bringing it out, and it's refining the flavors and the taste by getting every last drop of chlorophyll out of that plant. Okay, and so it's a very tedious process, but if you really want to grow the most delectable, tasty cannabis, you'll want to cure it in a similar fashion to that. So
if you're gonna do it that way, invest the time, do exactly what you have planned out,
right.
Stick to that plan.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's grow bags. You just throw it in there and throw them in the closet. Okay, and then I'm just gonna say
That's
this.
what I like.
Yeah. And it works, and you get a good product, and it's not, unless you're a real snob you're probably not going to even know the difference between the two. But unless you're doing it and that's your head stash and you're like, okay, I'm going to keep this for myself, then you're probably not going to be noticing too much of a difference. But Grove bags are fine. They're easy. The one thing that a lot of people make mistakes on in curing, though, with either way, is just remember that in the room you're curing in, if you want it to be perfect, you need to have the same conditions that you were drying in. Same humidity, same temperature, dark. You want to have the same conditions. And then when you store it, you want to have the same conditions. You don't want to change those conditions up because, you know, not that it's going to shock the plant to change it up, but what I'm saying is, if you're in there, if you just go throw it in your closet in the other room now, and your closet's 35% humidity, unless you're locked inside a mason jar, you're going to lose some humidity out of your plants constantly because it's constantly going to be pulling humidity. And for some reason, bags don't quite hold that humidity. Look, they say it's controlled humidity. The only way it can truly be controlled humidity is if there's a humidity pack in there.
Right.
Okay, because if it's 35% humidity out here and that plant bag gets down below the recommended amount of humidity that's supposed to be in the bag, there's nowhere for it to draw moisture from.
I'm not feeling I said that right.
Huh?
Jars are better than bags.
Yes.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm differential on it. It's whatever. It's one of those things.
Jars, if you're really wanting to be a snob, jars are going to get you where
you know what it's not? Cardboard cylinders.
Well, that's
it's
true.
Definitely not that. I could tell you who does that, but I'm not going to.
So like some sort of large,
it doesn't even
completely
matter.
sealed Tupperware or something, or jar.
There's nothing wrong with
not-
There's
not-
nothing
yeah,
wrong with
not
those
Tupperware.
either.
Yeah, let's talk about not Tupperware.
Ain't nothing wrong with that either.
What, Tupperware?
No, not the Tupperware.
Well, okay,
the
yeah, no
cardboard.
Tupperware. But yeah, I think jars are a better option,
Don't
Ryan,
use cardboard.
depending on what you're going for. Bags are a lot easier and a lot less maintenance. And in my experience, easier isn't better. But bags are very good options. They keep it at a good moisture content, and you won't be disappointed. More so, what you're going to have to again be conscious of is your room and your environment. Yeah. You know, that's what's important. What's your all the way through storing? What's your humidity like in the room that you're storing it in? They store cigars in humidors for a reason. You know, so if you have to get a small tent and create a little humidor, it just depends on how much of a weed snob you want to be. Okay.
I think of Tupperware.
I think Tupperware. I don't think Tupperware is good. I think Tupperware.
To me, there's one type of plastic out there, and I can't remember the type it is, but it's anti-static. It has no static charge to it, and it's not bad for large quantities. I feel it's okay. But your average Tupperware plastic, or if it carries a static charge, which most plastics and stuff do, it's gonna fuck your weed up. It's not a good way to store it.
So you're thinking glass jar with a metal lid, like a regular mason jar.
Mason jar
of various size.
Or you can get a regular other curing jars. There are jars that are made just for curing, but I don't think they're any better.
Remember those brown ones?
Glass jars.
You can get those brown glass mason jars.
They're pointless to me because if you're keeping your stuff in a dark environment, what's the point of having?
Right.
But if you can't,
they're supposed to be UV blocking.
Right, but
for whatever that means.
Well, I guess if you're outside setting your jar down on the side of the deck, that'd be cool. Or you're storing your shit where there's
natural decarb, yeah, like sun tea.
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Sure. It is now.
It is now. We're going to be naturally decarboxylating cannabis this summer.
Coming soon.
Coming soon to a talk show near you. So yeah. Anyway, I'm getting bored myself.
We got some stuff to give away, don't we?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I want to excite. You know, let's give some shit away, man.
Oh, might be good if I take the mic off.
Anyway, so to close it out, you know, Grow bags. The main thing is your environment, the room you're in. Okay, keep it where it needs to be. Static messes butt up. You know, I'll tell you what, brother. I wish I had every answer to every question, but I bet that would be something you could go and do some research on and find out, and then come back and tell us.
That's awesome.
Why static messes butt up.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, I just know it does. I don't know why.
Yeah, right. We heard that somewhere. We heard it. It's bro science. It's bro science, not no science.
That's how we got here, though, man.
Bro science, man. Yeah.
Right.
Trial and error. I mean, it's like, you know, some people think you should put your plants in dark for 48 hours before you harvest them. It never made a difference to me. Some people think you should put your plants in dark 24 hours before you flip them into bloom. Never made any difference to me.
But if you want to do it,
do it.
Why not?
Man. It
Cool.
don't hurt anything. So it's cool.
Something to do.
Okay, so first giveaway. First giveaway. What's the point of giving these away in the winter? We have another sugar high hat to give away.
we got
Okay.
one here.
We have
And we
another?
got
We got a blue one. Okay, so blue booties and pink booties, sugar high hats, plus, you know, depending on, I can't even say that, depending on the boy hat, girl hat. So either way, the first person gets to choose between which hat they want, the blue hat or the tie-dye
And I've still got a couple
pink,
people's
blue, and
names.
yellow hats. So,
I still got a couple people's hats, and I got your names on them. And I will be reaching out soon to
get those to you.
get those to you.
Yeah.
We've slowed down on. Actually, we're not mailing out. I'm not mailing out anything
No,
right
we're
now.
not mailing anything out.
Uh,
We've got hit with some letters, so
right. It's whatever.
we're gonna.
But so local, I'm gonna do Saturdays. If you can meet up on Saturdays, I'm gonna be available almost every Saturday. I'm gonna dedicate to you guys to getting you your giveaway stuff. You're gonna have to come to me either Excelsior, Northland, somewhere. I'm down. I mean, if it's a nice day, I'll get on the bike and we'll cruise out to you. But if it's like this, like it has been,
Yeah.
I'm going home to my family and
Right.
you know, sorry. But we're busy with CannaFest. That's going to be so great.
Yep. You guys just have to be patient.
You guys are going to
So,
enjoy
right.
the work we're putting in on that.
absolutely, and you'll be proud of us. Hopefully, be proud of us, Daddy.
Back to
So, okay,
the giveaway.
so hat, and then your choice of clone, flour, or rosin. Your choice. This first spin, go for it, brother. Who are we? Where are we? Shauna Loberg Powell, are you here, Shauna? Did you hang with us the whole time, Shauna? Tell us, are you here? Okay, number 2, same deal. You get the hat, either one, because we got 2 of them. We got 2 of the tie-dyes. So if they choose a blue one or whatever, then you just get a tie-dye. Terry Brailer, are you here?
Terry, nice.
Are you here, Terry? Have we heard from the first one?
I have not heard from Shauna, but I did see Terry.
All right. Terry, are you here? All right. So we're also going to throw in some of these Sugar High stuff here with those. One more gets a Sugar High hat and Sugar High is obviously our sponsor.
I don't
for
think
giveaways this week.
Terry will get the Sugar High stuff, but
Why?
the candy. He will get a hat. He will not get the candy. I think he's not in Missouri.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Christina Hannon. All right. Are you here, Christina Hannon?
We will have a whole bunch of stuff, merchandise coming out for CannaFest, AOD stuff, and we will be able to ship more stuff out of state to winners of our patrons that watch this show. It's just that stuff's so hard to maintain, especially with the moves we try to make and give it. So we just try to keep the flow going.
We'll have them.
Thank you to all of our patronage.
All right, so that's 3. That's our 3 main prizes. Let's give away 6 pre-rolls. And if you don't live in the state and you can't, the pre-rolls are rough because
Right.
we'll get them to you.
Yeah.
Throw it out there. Pre-rolls. And probably some sugar high stuff over here. Some slaps, all that stuff. Kimmy Ann Maynard. Where you at, Kimmy? Are you here? All right. Kimmy Ann Maynard, congratulations. Let's go on through. Number 2.
There she is.
There's Kimmy. Lloyd Conklin. What's up, Lloyd? No, Kimmy, you won. You won a pre-roll. This is number 3. Holly Marie. Are you here, Holly? Congratulations. You won a pre-roll, Holly. All right, next one. Erica, are you here? Erica Hendricks. Congratulations, Erica. Are you here? Spin it. Number 4. Chad. Chad Lawrence.
Chad.
Homie, what's up? You got a pre-roll, Chad? We know Chad's here. All right, number 5. Oh, look at that. Anna Schmidt. Are you here, Anna? Congratulations, hon. You won.
I need to go
pre-roll.
talk to her anyways.
Yeah. One more. This is it. This is the last one. Look at that. Jeremy McLaughlin. Hey, homie, you won. All right. Congratulations, Jeremy. Congratulations.
You know what we should do?
What?
I think like for the people out of state or something like that, if you win and you're waiting, don't get your stuff or whatever, maybe, I don't know, maybe we can give them a little bit of discount or something if they want to come into the KC Canna Fest.
I don't know.
Maybe.
$10.
There you go.
All right.
And
So,
collect your stuff.
It's been a great show, guys. It's been kind of a strange vibe today for some reason.
Yeah.
It's probably just me. I've been in one of those places this last week, kind of had me in a headspace that I don't like being in. So, but it is what it is, and it's been great. I always get some relief when I come and I can hang out with you guys and talk to you guys and just talk shit with these guys and all that stuff. So you know what? 3 months, dude.
Yeah.
3 months of Canna Fest.
93 days and 20 hours.
Yep.
Year
Hey,
of Dank.
just keep in mind that we are on restriction on our page, so keep in mind and kind of watch for us and our announcements for the show next week. And we'll see you next week, and we'll have some cool shit. And we also should have a couple guests coming on, at least one guest coming on next week, but I'm going to wait to announce that. But yeah, hey, everybody, peace out, stay lifted.
Later.
You on a trip to CannaFest in the Crossroads.
CannaFest is on. The Marijuana Festival is this weekend downtown.
5,000 people here at this year's KC CannaFest.
Probably the biggest cannabis festival ever in the metro, and it's happening right now in Kansas City.
Let's get it. Popping bottles nightly. Yeah, we're dancing slightly. This bass has got me Yeah, we're dancing slightly. This bass has got me feisty. Let's get it. Whoa.
all I can say is this is the best fucking event I have been to in many, many years with the best fucking producers that I'm going to run hard with all the way to the end with. Kansas City, Missouri, all Missouri. I love you.
Let's get it. We go hard all night. We go hard all day. Nothing gets in our way. It's feisty.
Been a negative stigma surrounding cannabis for years. Since adult use came into effect, it's about 3 times as big as the last one.
Around, like everybody's happy. There's like no need for this, that, and the other. Everybody's smiling like these are all homies. Like we're from the Show Me State.
Let's get it. Popping bottles nightly. Yeah, we're dancing slightly. This bass has got me feisty. Whoa, popping bottles nightly. Yeah, we're dancing slightly. This bass has got me feisty. Let's get it. Let's get it.
House outlaws, cannabis cowboys, raised down south, but this bag was born in California. Recreational, it feels sensational. Everything sold, I just re-upped a couple days ago. 4-wheeler swerving through the mud, feel like we bull riding. Clientele chirping all night until the sun rising. Catch me burning purple flowers, posted at the farm, grinding hard. Then I do the same shit again tomorrow. When I wake up in the morning, every day is 420. Marijuana connoisseur, I should record in the dispensary. Hustler and a father, so I gotta move correctly. If you prove your loyalty, then you can shop with me directly. When I